Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunless Sea. Now, Captain Ayali's adventure has officially started and immediately taken a turn for the not-so-fortunate, mainly through my little run-in with the Lifeberg. I mean, I kind of should have known better, but also this time the thing did actually attack me first. I suppose if I had tried a little bit harder, I might have been able to avoid it, but it was really close there. It would have been hard to maneuver around or to stay away, especially since my veils are, relatively weak. So, who knows, maybe I never had a chance. Although I suppose if I hadn't stopped to try and fight back, to try and get clever, I guess, thinking that maybe the thing wouldn't follow me as far as it did, it would not actually have attacked me, and that's ultimately what led me to, having to repair, and what cost me almost all of my supplies, so that's, not amazing. And, of course, I cannot even buy a single unit of supplies. I can't even sell my one flare for anything, right? That's kind of bad. Yeah, I mean, there's no realistic way of getting any more supplies here in town, so I actually have to just sail off and hope for the best. Hope to find some kind of way to replenish my supplies on my final supply. Journal? No, officers. Right, we did hire a new officer. A cannoneer. Yes, a cannoneer. Gunnery officer. Cheery enthusiasm is a welcome but unnerving trait in a gunner. Iron +8. Well, let's speak to them. Hello, what can I do for you? I have lists. Good. Invite the cannon to dine with you. I've had enough to eat, thank you. I don't eat much, but I'd like to demonstrate some ideas I've had. Can you meet me on the afterdeck at 8 bells? Look, with 10 fuel. Why would I need 10 fuel? 5 torpedo components? I don't think I have those. Right? Although, I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't, but it doesn't say you have 0 or you... Yeah, why is that the case? Why does it say that for some things, for some countable, units of, well, or items or whatever, but not some others? It's kind of inconsistent how the game handles these requirements. Anyway, 5 supplies for dinner when they don't even want to eat? Why? Because we're gonna go out on a longer trip, I suppose? Is it going to cost me all of these things? Okay. Increase iron, excellent. That's at the top of my list. Yeah, I mean, I could do that apparently. We have one secret. And it goes all the way to 100. Unlocked with hull 10. Spend a secret to improve your iron unless it's higher than 100. The ship must be in good shape to sustain the impact of the cannoneer's experiments. So is this actually going to damage me? I'm just curious. I've never actually had an officer increase my stats. So, at this point, I mean, I might just be screwed, honestly. In fact, I pretty much am screwed. I could always reload, I suppose, and start over, or I could just, die and start a new captain. Despite playing on quote-unquote merciful mode now, this game is just not merciful. And... I might find myself just not winning after all, but that's totally okay. Anyway, let's just go for this. Okay. No? I mean, yes. I mean, my god, no. That captain is going to cause explosions. Although, now you mention it, I lost a secret, gained an iron. Okay. And I did not actually take any damage. Good. Huh. Okay. Yeah, not sure what this is all about then, I suppose. Well, it's just a requirement. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're also that's actually gonna play a role in whatever event is coming up. Okay, anyway, that's neat, I suppose. Iron is now at 40. Who knows what kind of difference that 1 point makes. Probably not much of a difference. Anyway, 139. Can I possibly make it to the sisters? Oh, that went up by 3 points. That's not gonna work, is it? They're all the way up here. Yeah, no. 42. 45, yeah, no, okay, no way. Let's just, I don't know, head south and hope for the best. At least we can survive combat with some crabs if we could find them. Just no more bats, please, thank you very much. Although those will guaranteed give me supplies. So in a way... Oh, what is that actually? Is that something? That's something, isn't it? I shouldn't be hunting unknown somethings. Oh god, it's actually... Never mind, it's exactly what I was hoping for. Get out of here. Actually... Did it attack me? Oh yeah, took 2 damage. Okay. Don't! Ah, you little jerk. Oh well. What do we get out of this? Dissected for knowledge, butchered for supplies, but... Wasn't it... I want to say that butchering these does not actually give you supplies, even though that's literally what it says, but it only reduces hunger. Right? Or I could be wrong. It does say supplies. Maybe, I hope I'm remembering wrong. Nope, never mind. You just lose whatever hunger you currently have. Pale and salty meat. Honestly, it doesn't sound too bad, but... Well. Yeah, unfortunately that didn't really do much for me, so I should have dissected it in this case, I suppose. So I think the first one I dissected... Like, led to some kind of event with the clatory air. This thing again? A hiss of horror from the lookout. Oh no, it's... Yes? Is it the same? Actually, I think it's the same. Sputtering and arcing, fizzing with blue light. Even as you watch, the blue fades, but it's not a good omen. Maybe this is something that'll just happen occasionally when you're sailing with the lights off or something? Well, I'll have to try this again. Succeeded again. Gain 1 fragment. Wonderful. Yeah, that's exactly the same as before. Murray Straits. Well, there's something over there. Although I think that's something sunken. Little ships thrown the waters here. The crew grow wistful. They swamp old stories of sunlit sea. Oh yeah, the Cumaean Canal. The way to the surface. I might even have enough... Oh hey, yeah, I think I'll need to hunt you, my little friend. Okay, approach it very slowly. It should be within range. Oh, okay. Interesting. Stay here. Nice. Oh, it hasn't even noticed me. Interesting. Surely now it's gonna notice me, though. But not in time. Okay. That was kind of successful. Of course, now I actually need the supplies, so... well... Yeah, I mean, I have to do this, or else I'm gonna start eating my crew, what little is left of it. Yep. At least that was a little bit more worth it. Anyway, yeah, the canal, right, that's obviously something. And I might have enough fuel for a trip to the surface, but... it took a lot more supplies. Of course, well, a lot more than 0 supplies. Actually, I guess I'll be able to remind myself. What is this? Restless Nights. In the watches of the night, you pad softly past the hatch of the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep, desperately. Another. Inquire about the dreams the next morning. What did they see? A tough challenge. A page's quality gives me a 33% chance of success. I mean, I could just ignore them. Failed on a challenge. Crap. Eyes in the face. The whole Neath lit up like a snuffer mask. There's something in the roof, Captain. It's the roof. It's watching us. Eyes in the face. Eyes in the face. You have him subdued. No discipline this time, but you require your first officer to keep an eye on him. We don't have a first officer. Okay, I've gained 1 terror. But I've also gained 10 fragments, so yay? Huh. I mean, one terror isn't a big problem by itself. So I guess it was definitely worth attempting that challenge. Oh. How tough were these things? Don't exactly remember. Kind of forgot that we fought some of these last time. Okay. So you can actually preemptively target. Okay, there it is. Is it not within range? Surely it is. Come on. Start shooting. Oh. Okay, I suppose it cannot be inside this slightly darker shaded area? No, it totally can be. I don't know. Wait then, this one's also way tankier. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot again. Oh no! Well... I was kind of screwed anyway, so at least we're not dead. And maybe this is gonna give me something useful. I don't know. Scoop it up. Perhaps you can eat it. Better yet, perhaps your sailors can. Let it disperse. We did do this last time, I think. Port report visage. Or did I not do this? Did I do this? Did I not do this? I don't know. It's another port report. But we still need to survive first and foremost. Oh, this is so tough. I'm gonna scoop it up, because I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. Okay, that gave me a supply. A unit of supplies. It will wait in the hold like a cup of dissolved moon. One day you will eat it, or perhaps it will eat you. Well, I think I'll actually eat it, or we'll eat it. Thank you very much. Oh, the canal, actually. Where's the place you can dock? Surely that's north of here. Where's the encounter with that jellyfish? Distracted me a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Janotti Harbor. Okay. Don't remember that name, but this must be the same place we docked during the first run. Okay, staging area. Yes, travel to the surface requires... Oh, wait, only 2 supplies? But 22 fuel. Holy crap. I thought it was a lot more supplies and a lot less fuel than that. Maybe that's randomized to an extent? Huh. Okay. Well, that's surprising. But, I mean, 22 fuel is just crazy. Crazy much. Listen for surface gossip. Sure. Vision of the surface. Oh. Wait, did I get that last time? Daylight. This would be a prime spot for a pub or wine shop, but the interests of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary half-legal hostelries in long-moored ships. Here you trade stories with suntanned surface sailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the lost fires, and the final isles. Okay. Well, we have visions, second-hand visions off the surface now, which I could sell for, what, 10 or 15 echoes all the way up in Vanderbilt? Yeah, worth it for sure. Gather information for a port report, yes, we'll do that. And that's all we can do here. Except for some shopping. Well, very theoretical option here. Well, on we go. Because I'm starting to get slightly worried about my terror, although technically, since we're still kind of close to London, we should still be able to get that reduced, unless we get extremely unlucky. Of course, I can always just save before attempting any such thing. In fact, of course, the smart thing would have been to, well, if I had suspected the repairs to possibly go this poorly, giving me relatively little repairs for, but costing me almost all of my supplies, if I had known that that was likely to happen. I would have saved before and then maybe tried a couple of times, but oh well. Sizzling vapors rise from the sea. Time slips sideways. A coil of rope has stung a stoker, and his fellows beat it to death. We are under the hand of the Iron Republic. Okay. There's a maelstrom. That's nice. We're on our last supply. It's also nice. Sea bats cry out. They're nothing like birds. Thankfully, I don't actually see any any sea bats. Z-bats. Definitely never have been this far south. So that's definitely exciting. Kugel's Bluff. Okay. Okay, Iron Republic. Why does it have this icon? I don't like that. That's what I saw when I went insane. And the crew threw me overboard last time. Hell's client state, be wary. Their laws are not the laws of man or nature. Cool. Factory engines roar like false lions. Blood thunders in the dock pipes. Crimson lightning skitters across the deck, leaps to the rail, curls there like a cat. The city is reflected in glassy calm harbor water. The citizens there have the heads of dogs and serpents. Literally? Probably so, yes. Hell has brought freedom to the Iron Republic. Freedom from all laws, even those of nature. Listen. Your fears line up on the quay, waving like old lovers. I need terror 70. Huh. Okay. Would this reduce my terror, or give me even more? Allow your sailors time ashore. Do they need shore leave this badly? Probably this will increase your terror. Perhaps something else horrible will happen. Cool. And also cost me $50, which is the most horrible thing of all. Market of Hungers, the Parliament of Flies. The Market of Hungers with its spires and sigils. Is it a parody of the bazaar? Today, flies fill its arcades. Buzz, buzz. Oh boy. Unlocked with another day. Iron Republic days, no more than 4. Okay. Whatever that actually means. Compile a port report. Okay. Days no more than 14? Sure. It won't be entirely straightforward. The streets won't lie straight, and the ink freezes whenever you look away from the inkwell. New passions. The sensations of the Republic are overwhelming. This is a desire for years. That is a hatred for fountains. Here is an emotion that can only be expressed mathematically. Now you're awash with a nostalgia for the hatching of an egg. Write it down. Write it all down. Perhaps you'll be rid of it. Okay, I now have 2 Tales of Terror. First time I've had more than one of, well, this kind of thing. So that can happen. It's good to know. I've gained 1 hearts as well. Okay, just for visiting here. And I assume that stats are pretty much permanent. Well, I suppose there must be things that reduce them permanently, but okay, that's good. Port report, yes. Parliament of Flies is open for business. Great. Right, a Tale of Terror and a Memory of Distant Shores. Wonderful stuff. Now, Market of Hungers, the Parliament of Flies. Right. Fund a Tittering Artificers project. Nearly ready, yes, nearly ready. I need more. You can have the prototype. When it's done, take it. Kill with it. I want to see what damage you can do. Ammunition will be difficult. It will cost you so much. So much. But the weapon. Oh, the weapon. This is a forward-mounted weapon with unusual characteristics. You don't say. Well, I need a secret for it. 7 Stygian Ivory, which obviously I don't have. And 12 Devilbone Dice. Which, I mean, obviously I haven't even seen either of these things, so who knows how rare those are or how hard to come by. Or whether I even want this weapon, because this sounds like it might backfire, quite literally perhaps. Who knows. Anyway, buzz buzz. A new day comes. Visit the shops tab. After the visit, the Parliament will no longer be here. The Republic will seek soup and supplies instead. Okay. The Cavalry Doctrine is open for business. I've gained 1 terror. Just what I needed. Visit the shops. House of Pleasures. Scintillate for 74. Wait. Okay, they only buy. Yes, they only buy for 74. So if they would actually buy it for 74, I guess if I wanted to buy it somewhere else for a similar kind of price, that would be like 10 times as much, right? Or maybe 5 times. I think in London they say that they sell fuel for 10 and buy it for 2. I want to say. So yeah, that's not going to be cheap if I could find it somewhere. Romantic literature, of course, we don't have any of that. Wait, they sell fuel for 8. And that's great. If only they sold cheap supplies, I would be in the market for those. Judgment's Egg. What the hell? Is this a soul? It's pale and bright. Souls like this, they say, are the spores of strange gods. Do they say that, huh? Red Surmise. Isn't that a thing that the guy back at the university, guy or girl back at the university in London wants? I think, maybe? And we could buy 1 for 9 Searing Enigmas. No, they want Searing Enigmas as well. And some sort of extraordinary implication, was it? Yeah, no. I don't know. Bale of Parabola Linen? Well, obviously I cannot do anything here. It's all extremely fascinating stuff, but... yeah. Well. Okay. Listen. Allow time ashore. Market of Hunger is a Calvary doctrine. On days such as this, the market is filled with crucified dragons and lost in waiting. They whistle a welcome. Unlock with another day Iron Republic days 5 and another day Iron Republic days no more than 9. You have 5. Okay. Whatever. I guess? Visit the shops tab. The merchants in their doctrine masks will accept echoes, which I don't have. I gain 1 more terror. Just what I needed. Okay. House of Milks has now opened. They would sell supplies, but actually for more than in London. They also sell Zoop. The color, old blood and snow. Old blood and snow. The taste, paprika, mushrooms, irony. The recipe, closely guarded. Okay. Well. Sack of dark drop coffee beans. All the fire of hell and all the aroma of heaven. I mean, the Zoop and the coffee don't sound bad. But, alas, I am completely broke. Also completely broken, almost completely broken. But, you know, nothing I can do about that. And with that, we've run out of things to do here. Well, let's save, I suppose, although I'm about to starve to death. About to learn what that's going to be like, I suppose. There's no point in returning to London. Might as well keep going. Let's see what I can see. Further south. There should be some sort of southern coast. Of course, it's still a little ways to go until there. And, yeah, I'm definitely gonna start getting hungry before that. What do we have here? Right. Gained a secret. Discovered Iron Republic. Right. Suppose that happened before we even docked. I can always send out Z-Bats. Okay. Grand Geode is some distance to the south. Well, I'm on my way there anyway. Click to mark on your chart. Okay. Click on the chart icon to view your discoveries so far. Chart icon. Well, wait, that's not it. Enter Z, yeah, whatever. There. Oh, okay, it's actually been put there. I see. I thought I tried that, like, probably in episode 1 or 2 on my first trip. When it said click on this to edit maybe by the time I did click on it, I was already close enough to actually see the place. What the hell? Well, that can't be good. That's... Oh, it's a ship. Is it an enemy, though, necessarily? Why is it shining like that? The glassy chop of dark water, the iron glitter of feet at the hatchway. Oh god, I mean... Oh yeah, it's Glorious Frigate, 300. Crew 30. Just get the heck away? Leave me alone? Surprisingly, I seem to be outspeeding them. I mean, I suppose we are a smaller and thus more nimble ship. Wonderful. How did they not just one-shot us? I mean, that was 8 damage and another crew member dead. Which... Okay, cool. Also, staggering is a thing. And there's another probably hostile ship. Yikes. I mean, at least they didn't damage us to below half crew capacity. Although, we are literally about to... Oh. Oh, okay. Never mind. Right. Hunger is gonna go all the way to 100. Right. I forgot about that. Before we are gonna start eating people. At which point we are gonna be put below half crew, I suppose. Which will then slow us down. So, yeah. Things are definitely starting to look worse and worse. But oh well, hull damage, yes. Hull is below half strength, you don't say. It's far below half. Enemy attacks may now do additional damage to your terror, crew, or supplies. Supplies as well, huh? Wonderful. Hodgerton's Bluff. Cool. Achievement unlocked. Sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun, the sun. Wow, glorious dreadnought. 500 health. Okay, what about the sun? Excuse me? Discover the Dawn Machine. Oh. Apparently I did... Oh, yeah. It's there, apparently, whatever it is. The Dawn Machine. Interesting. And this whole Untersee is completely sunless, though, so... I'm not sure what a dawn machine would do down here, unless it controls dawn on the surface. Anyway, memories of plenty. Hot porridge with creamy milk and honey, the smells of roast chicken, rubbery lumps, the way they cook them on Mutton Island, the crisp flesh of a newly unearthed Eden fungus. Oh god. Distract yourself. Find something else. Anything else. Run emergency drills. Debate philosophy. Are we that desperate? Obsess. Warm, crispy, steaming, crunchy, tart, sweet, soft, salty. Savor these words. Uh-oh. I feel like distracting ourselves might be a little bit more healthy. A busy day. You walk the ship, watching the crew, addressing infractions and laziness. You're suitably distracted, and they know their captain is watching. You've lost to terror. Lost to terror, you say. Huh. Maybe hunger isn't so bad after all. Still fearful, though. Okay. The sun, the sun, the sun. Okay. Don't notice me, senpai. Thank you. I mean, it doesn't look like we can do anything with it. Although I'm honestly kind of tempted to just run directly into it. You know what? What could possibly go wrong? Maybe try to sneak past it? Will it even have collision? Only one way to find out. Oh. Growling stomachs. Yeah, I know, game. I know. Come on. It's not that bad yet. There are fewer rats around the ship lately. Perhaps it's because your hold is empty of supplies. Perhaps it's because your crew is turning to alternate sources of nutrition. Forbid the consumption of vermin. Everyone is hungry, but you can't let discipline slip. Well, if anything, they should just share with me. Turn a blind eye to the consumption of vermin. Discipline might slip, but your crew are close to starvation. I feel like I can do with a few less rats. Gain 2 terror, though. Lost 5 hunger, yay. Rat stew? You don't partake yourself, obviously. The officer class must maintain its dignity. You ignore the necklace of rat bones that the gap-toothed gunner now sports. Wonderful. Oh, okay, I did collide with the thing. But it didn't actually take any damage? No. Surprisingly, I didn't. Okay. I do worry about running into those red crystal spikes though, so... Also, why am I in combat mode? Was I in combat mode this whole time? Does it even matter? Probably not. Oh boy. I mean, should I just try to return to London? Can I even? With no supplies at all? Distract again? I mean, it worked last time. Okay. Terror is going up, though. That is definitely a thing. I mean, honestly, maybe I should just, you know, turn the light on. I'm not going to run out of fuel before I'm starved to death or have another terror attack. Uh-oh. You know what? On second thought, no. Oh, they don't know where we are. Okay, I think we got away. All clear. Easy. It's not a whole lot going on here at the southern coast, I must say. I was expecting a little bit more. Dawn machine. I mean, that's intriguing looking, to say the least, but disappointingly, nothing seemed to happen there, so I don't know. I guess sticking close to the coast is also supposed to reduce terror buildup. Yeah, I mean, we're only at 81. It's going up slowly, if nothing else. Let's try to obsess just to see what it does. Oh. Nice. An exuberant diary. You consult the cook's recipe books. Write longingly in your journal of the feasts you will enjoy when you make landfall. You know this is not a wise or sane activity, but it's hard to resist, and you've gleaned old snippets of knowledge. I mean, it's another one of these situations where we gain one fragment that's obviously not even remotely worth it. So why would you ever choose this over discipline, which has worked out so far? Suppose it's probably not guaranteed to, but... Huh. Anyway, what do we have here? The glassy chocolate dark water. The Carnelian coast. Far to the south, the Neath roof glimmers above the Mountain of Light. The Mountain of Light, huh? Okay. Of course, we've heard of the Carnelian coast. Surely I don't need the light here. I mean, come on. Looking at my fuel supplies here, and things are not looking amazing. Of course, those are our least concern right now. Mouse to feed. Okay. Your crew needs provisions. Oh god, what the hell is that? Let's probably not even find out if we can help it. Your crew needs provisions. You can all tighten your belts, but bad things will begin to happen. This card will remain available as long as hunger is over 50. Don't let hunger reach 100. Why not, game? Why not? You will not draw lots, you will pick one by hand. This option is only available to those who have already turned cannibal. Already. I see. Unaccountably peckish. Drink Zoop. The taste is acquired rather than popular, but no one is likely to be fussy just now. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound bad at all. The taste of irony? I mean, what's so bad about that? Consume a strange catch. It doesn't look appetizing or even safe, but perhaps it's worth the risk. Obviously it is. Consume a live specimen. It's not attractive, but at least it's fresh. Yeah, well, none of those are options. Behemustache? It's just a big fish. Didn't even pay attention to its health. Obviously it's gotta be way too tough. Okay, there's a swarm of death birds of some sort. Great. Port Carnelian. Fallen London's sole imperial possession. Treasure it. Aha, submariner. The fierce philanthropist. Is this where we can actually acquire a submarine? Or at least potentially. Her house is built in the tall porticoed London style. Red brick and white plaster, decorative iron railings, painted black. Its mistress is the subject of intense colonial gossip. Independently wealthy, an industrialist's daughter, a widow, unwelcome in London. What then does she want with you? An invitation arrived as soon as you docked. accept her invitation. It wouldn't hurt to have the backing of a wealthy benefactor. Also, you know, an invitation for dinner, no doubt. Sounds extremely appetizing right now. This will begin the quest, which allows you to obtain a submarine. Okay, awesome. Obviously, we'll do that. You expected a sizable gathering, but it's just you, her, and a decanter of admirable sherry. And maybe some food? Could we have some snacks, please? She's not a small woman and comprehensively occupies her armchair. She wears sensible satins and sensible shoes. Her hair is impeccably curled. I've heard a number of shocking things about you, madam, all of which I consider thoroughly promising. Her accent has a hint of Midlands melancholy to it. She must have spent much of her life on the surface. For a time, she asks questions about your travels and listens avidly to your answers. Then she gets down to business. A question, madam. She tops up her sherry. Some years ago, the nations of the Neath struck an agreement to abandon their research into submarine travel and leave the Z depths untouched. Ah, the agreement about nothing of consequence. Sailors mutter about it when listing the Admiralty's follies. You nod. She raises her glass to her lips. And what is your opinion of this agreement, she asks. Scoff about it? It's a nonsense. Nonsense? Nowhere should be forbidden to the capable explorer like me. Very capable indeed. This will begin the quest, yes. Approve of it? It's probably for the best. The Z surface is bad enough. God knows what unpleasantries lie below. I mean, unpleasantness lies below. Yes, that's obviously the sane option, so we're going to go with the other one. A new friend. Her smile is conspiratorial. Then we can help each other. I am prepared to finance, in a large part, improvements to your ship that will make it capable of submarine travel. Does that include free repairs? I would definitely like some of those right now. The Admiralty and other powers disapprove of such innovation, therefore we will need to be discreet. I have procured experts, laborers, and a workshop. They are well paid and loyal. Here's the address. Meet us there and we can begin our work. The fierce philanthropist will help you convert your ship to a submarine at her hidden workshop. And it's going to be so subtle that no one is actually going to notice, right? So I can still safely return to the Admiralty and things? Well, we'll see, maybe. Can I actually do this? I suppose not, huh? Of course not. But on the shore of a gloomy inlet stands a rickety factory. Once, and supposedly still, it was committed to the cutting and polishing of sapphires. Now it is the place where the fierce philanthropist houses her intrepid staff of engineers, the ingenious men and women who will convert your ship into a submarine. Phase 1. Contribute nautical know-how. Some contribute ingenuity, others graft. What you contribute is hard-won, hands-on experience of the Z itself. Spend Z stories to increase your experimental modifications by 20. Okay. 3 Z stories. Okay. Right. Well, we had 1. Wait, or we actually still have 1, I want to say? But obviously not 3. Okay, phase 1, provide additional funding. Oh, okay, I see. So these are just different ways to contribute. Specifically, apply bribes that the philanthropist cannot be associated with. 75 echoes, surprisingly little, but of course way more than we have. Donate a mysterious device. Heretofore, its purpose was mysterious, but the chief engineer insists it's precisely what they need. An outlandish artifact. Okay. Well, we acquired one somehow in the first game. Don't really remember how, though. Donate Stygian ivory. It's dark as the belly of the Z, and correctly treated, harder than iron. Okay, a single unit would suffice here. Right, also they they all provide different amounts of extra modifications. What are we trying to reach? 100? Maybe? Advanced theory, these idiots don't have the first idea what they're doing. Enlighten them with extraordinary implication. Right. Phase 2, retrieve a set of sonar schematics. The engineers have reached an impasse. It's a sonar. It's unreliable, loud, and stops working below 70 fathoms. But the Admiralty and the Khanate must have cracked this back in the day. Okay, but we need 100 first. And then it's gonna start us on the quest for finding one, I guess. Okay, well, that's extremely interesting, of course. But unfortunately, we have neither of the things required. Close the door behind you. Well, mouse to feet, yes, yes, whatever. Port Carnelian, what can we do here? London's first undersea colony sweats under a blanket of southern heat. Why is it warm in the south of the undersea? Surely it's not really that far south. Right? I mean, how big is the undersea even? Who knows? London, right. To the right of the dock, the sapphire mines yawn. To the left, the governor's house stands, prim as an Elderwick mansion. Whatever that means. Behind lies the fungal jungle, ghostly in white and violet. Assist a specialized collector. A dapper gentleman lounges by a shoot of flowers, admiring butterflies with a predatory gleam in his eyes. Would you help him find the quarry of a lifetime? Okay, that's extremely similar to a person in Vanderbite. Okay, so we need to have a submarine. Right. Visit Murgatroyd's Imperial Tea Shop for 20 echoes. Not quite able to afford that, unfortunately. Behind the windows, spoons clink on china. That sounds surprisingly inviting and normal. Call at Heart's Cross House, where the governor administers his distant fleck of Her Majesty's Empire. I mean, I guess? Why not? That gave us the port report. The governor is very, very busy. An attaché offers you a bowl of sugared puffballs and explains the work the governor does among the natives. Got to keep them happy, what? After all, they are tigers. Is that so? Oh. Right, there was another option. Something about tigers. But unfortunately... So I guess I could have either visited the governor or the natives. Huh. Well, I made my choice, unfortunately, without having checked all the options. Oh well. Pan for sapphires in the fungal jungle. Somewhere in its heart runs a river of shining stones. A tough challenge. 32% chance of success. I mean, at this point, what could possibly go wrong? Hey, I succeeded too. What do you know? Gained 21 echoes. Huh. Might be enough to stave off starvation and or madness for just a little bit longer, but probably neither, honestly. I mean, I can afford exactly one supplies, probably. Assuming they even sell any around here. Anyway, braving the jungle's violet spore drifts, you find a narrow stream. You kneel among the red-capped agarics or agarics, or whatever, that spot its banks. It doesn't have white sapphire. It doesn't heave with sapphires, as the story's promised, but an afternoon's panning yields a pocketful of glittering shards. Well, I guess that's better than nothing. I could visit the tea shop, which might reduce hunger, but probably won't. It might, but it's definitely not guaranteed, I guess I should say. Influence affairs in Port Carnelian. Your network's influence over the colony is extensive. How will you use it? Networks Port Carnelian 3. Obviously, I don't have any of that. How would you even gain any of it? Insinuate an agent into Port Carnelian. The place is thick with spies. Who would notice another? Once your agent is in place, you can tap your network for information, or use it to influence affairs here. I see. High-risk challenge. But I'd need a diplomatic agent, which I don't have. I need 100 echoes to pay them, I suppose. Okay. Interesting stuff. You know what? Again, tea shop it is. Well, I lost some terror, so that's good. But of course I'm also once again not able to afford anything of value. Home away from home. They import the dollies from London, but the tea is local, blue and smoky. The crumpets are warm, the tablecloths white. You can almost imagine you were back in Vale Garden, except for the tiger lounging on a divan. It laps tea from an azure bowl, and complains about the recent nostalgic trend in poetry. And that's it, huh? Just lost 5 terror? Obviously, that was not even remotely worth it. Oh boy. Oh, the Clatory Heart. Excuse me? That's what that is? That's a ship? Huh. Certainly not what I expected. It thrums, it wanders, it has a delightful stink. The ship is available to players who backed Sunless Sea at the Navigator tier or higher and will become available as DLC at a later date. Interesting. I mean, clearly it has to do with the Clatory Air, right? Huh. So, okay. I mean, obviously it's a lot sturdier, twice the hull capacity, 4 times the weight, which I guess influences travel speed. Iron bonus 5, everything else 10 or 15 to hearts. And it has all the slots that we have except also an aft slot. Okay. Well, needless to say, I would like this, but obviously we don't. And I won't have it anytime soon. Okay. Oh wow, we could have bought... Wait. 18. Yeah, no, of course. We could have bought 2 of these. If I had not decided to have tea. Well, that's extremely unfortunate. Could have definitely used those. Casket of sapphires, right? We found some of those at the place that wasn't a place after our unfortunate adventure in the north. Okay. But then again, we can only buy them here, not actually sell them, so well. And surprisingly, they're not even worth nearly as much as I would have expected. A mountain shirt, on the other hand. Huh. Okay. Well. Mushroom wine. Finest output of the Greyfields Shroom Yards. Yum. Dockside Market. Yeah, well. Nothing else we can do here. Only depart again, I suppose. And, I don't know. Learn more about starvation pretty soon. If we don't go insane first. I mean, once again, I guess I'm just gonna save, because why not? Why the heck not? LP7B. And off we go. Oh, I'm still paused. Right. Yeah, let's not find out what those are. I mean, I would like to know what they are, but because I don't need to learn how bad they are. Okay, just for fun, let's try to approach one of these things. Memories of plenty. Yeah. Distract. Busy day, lost to terror. Easy. Just keep doing that. Okay, it is drawing me in. Rainer's Vortex. Oh. Okay. You can... Interesting, you can get away from those. Seaman McFadden hanged herself, madam. She's been laid out down below. Shall we? The funeral? Your bosun's face is furtive. Arrange for the funeral. It may be that the bosun is hinting at a solution to your supplies problem, but if so, you'll have none of it. Well, obviously we have to put her body to good use. Ugh. Quiet along the tables. You announce the unexpected rediscovery of a lost barrel of salt pork. Muted cheers greet the announcement. That afternoon, your sailors tuck into the meager rations of meaty broth in utter silence. No one asks about Seaman McFadden. Whatever. Gained 10 terror. Right. That's an unfortunate side effect. Lost 25 hunger. Lost 1 crew. Oh, wait, what? Wait, how were we already at 5? Oh, crap. We did lose 1 from an attack recently, and now we're... Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. Didn't even consider that. Now we won't be able to go at normal speed, at max speed. Well, and we've started to turn into cannibals. Wonderful. Okay, are we... Oh, can we even... Oh, wow. We can't even get away. Oh! You're also taking hull damage? Wait. It doesn't mention taking damage, but obviously my hull did get reduced to 0. Okay. So apparently being inside of one of these maelstroms does reduce your hull. sneakily and, you know, without telling you. So that's kind of mean. I was just, you know, before the whole turning into cannibals things happened, I was just about to say, oh hey, it's, you know, you gain fragments by getting close enough to one of those things, and you can get out of them perfectly fine at max speed, so long as you don't, you know, go in too deep. So it would be worth discovering all of these maelstroms. But yeah, obviously not if they damage you. Well, your ship flounders. There are screams, a flood of dark water, the unforgettable sound of a ship's spine breaking. Slip beneath the waves. Perhaps you will be remembered in song. Okay, so we're just without any other option, we're just dead. That makes sense, I suppose. No more. Sleep. Quality of logics. Quality has gone. Okay. Lineage. Captains lost. Captains have died. These things happen. Indeed they do. I mean, I guess I can just load game and try again. That's the whole point of playing in merciful mode. But again, merciful is extremely relative. Now I suppose what I should do differently is not get into that maelstrom. And we should be fine, right? Just fine. I mean, what am I even trying to do at this point? I guess try to get back to London? Also, I want to say that there actually was some sort of... There was some port that I did not visit this time. I think it was mentioned. Something... Mutton something. I'm not sure where that was. I certainly don't see it. And I want to say it was... It must have been... It definitely was not anywhere north of Vanderbilt. Maybe it was around here somewhere. But I didn't really travel that much further away. That much further east, for example. On my first captain, so I don't know. Not that it really matters now, it's just something that occurred to me earlier. Oh well. Well, here's something. Isle of Cats. Oh, I do love cats. I mean, who doesn't? Seems like a nice final place to visit. Just as we are about to turn to cannibalism. Actually, okay, what is it this time? Day by day, you all grow weaker. Each sip of fresh water is carefully rationed. Sailors squabble over scraps of leather. Each morning, bodies are found stiff and cold. Really? I mean, we haven't really been losing a lot of people yet. Consign their bodies to the Z. The Z too is hungry. Feast on their remains. I mean, since there is a port right there that we're going to dock at, I'm gonna do this. Lost 2 crew, lost 20 hunger though. I mean, how? If we didn't eat them? Gained only 1 terror, surprisingly. Black water closes over the tarpaulin shrouds. At least there'll be a little more left for the rest of you. Yeah, okay, I suppose. But that's, yeah. Not great. Oh hey, again another secret. Wonderful. Isle of Cats. Where there are roses. Submarine tutorial. I mean, I suppose what I can do is, obviously I'm gonna die again. I mean, let's just face it. In fact, we're probably going to go insane again at this rate. Because I suppose I'll be able to eat the rest of my crew, but yeah, that's gonna increase terror to the point where we're gonna have another one of those events. But what I can do is just, well, restart with a new captain, of course. because I feel like, well, if I wanted to continue this run, I'd have to reload one of the extremely early saves anyway. But what I could do is actually choose correspondent and keep the map. I feel like that's the most palpable kind of additional progress. Right? I mean, I haven't really discovered that many places yet, but the map will at least allow me to go to those places, you know, in a more direct manner, and maybe in a slightly more efficient manner. I don't know if that really makes a big difference. Of course, well, I mean, I'm still interested in the Claydry Air's story, for example. But then again, I haven't managed to make any kind of progress in that regard. Oh well, anyway, we're here now for the time being, so let's at least take a look. Port Cavendish. A scatter of yellow-lit honey dens and brightly painted alehouses. To the southeast rises the stone tower of Cavendish Abbey, its ramparts hung with crimson and gold banners. There are sailors from all across the Neath, hauling cargo, dicing and brawling good-naturedly on the docks. Dicing and brawling good-naturedly on the docks, okay. The air carries the sound of sea shanties sung with more enthusiasm than skill, and the smell of roses edged with brimstone. A piratical welcome. Welcome to the Isle of Cats, the wide-eyed dockmaster says brightly. Would you like to bribe me not to write down your details in this nice official ledger? No? It's only 5 echoes, but why would I do that? Unlock with no more than 0, key to the Cage Gardens. Unlock with Isle of Cats, the Pirate King's notice, no more than 0. Compile a port report of my own. Though the Isle seems at present beyond the reach of the Admiralty's laws, that does not mean that the Admiralty lacks interest in their activities. Exactly. Roses and Kings. You spend half a day observing the docks and note an astonishing number and variety of ships. Was that a carnate trimaran nestled beside a vessel from the Iron Republic? The dockhands complain loudly that they have never been busier. The catties talk ceaselessly and carelessly about smuggling and piracy. But even the most hardened sailors lower their voices when they mention the king. They go even quieter when they talk about the Rose Garden. You make careful notes. Perhaps the Admiralty will understand what they mean, even if you don't. Okay. Buy a shipment of red honey. Aha, I see. Yeah, I mean, I suppose... Yeah. Honey dens, right. As soon as honey dens were mentioned, I was thinking that maybe this was the place to acquire this red honey. If I could afford it, of course. 600, holy crap. You could sell it for a profit elsewhere, if you were inclined to take your chances with the revenue men. Okay. So we need exactly 1 key to the Cage Gardens, which we don't have. But I guess this might give me one? Because this requires that I don't have the key? A gift of glass. An emaciated man in lion-colored robes clutches his sleeve. Please, he says. I'm damned. I can't touch the truth. Take this. He points to an unpromising-looking crate sitting beside a bollard. Okay, this would take up my beginner's luck. Huh. Beginner's luck. Such as it is. Okay. Life and light. The sun orders time, do you see? Down here we can only touch time with our fingers. The devils know that. In Irem! In Irem! His eyes well with tears. Abruptly he turns and plunges into the crowd. You're left with the crate. Okay. Which gives me 1 mirrors. Uses up my beginner's luck, and I have an empty mirror catch box. A chest with an embedded matrix of mirrors, an unlikely device for capturing sunlight. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm sure that could potentially come into play at some point if I wasn't about to die. Might as well check this out. What is there to lose at this point? In before they actually sold provisions for, or supplies for 15, which I could have afforded until just now. Oh well. You hand over the coins and she tips you a sharp smile before waving you to the nearest alehouse. The entire process is straightforwardly corrupt and pleasingly efficient. You now have 1 menace's suspicion. Great. This will increase as you conduct criminal activities or have contact with rough swords. I guess this counts as both, probably? The higher your suspicion, the more fiercely the excise will search your ship. Huh. Okay. And this gives us access to this place. The alehouse's sign is a tiger painted the color of rose petals. Someone has gone to great trouble and expense to gild the creature's eyes. They look out over the port, feral and unseeing. A caged hive of lamplighter bees hangs from the ceiling like a chandelier. A few sailors give you hard-mouthed, assessing looks, but most ignore your presence entirely. Significant tokens. The catties all wear a pair of ember stones threaded around their necks or pinned to their collars. Okay, clandestine doings. A whispered conversation, the clink of coins, an exchange of goods. Religious observances. Is that a crimson-veiled nun? But what sort of nun would be in a place like this? There must be more to the Isle of Cats than drunken sots and Z-stories. Make sure you have learned all you wish to before you leave this place. I mean, I guess I'll just try them all if I can. Significant tokens. Cat's eyes, one of them says, for the Pirate King. As far as you can gather, the Pirate King's name is Leopold, and he controls all the trade on the island. Half of the catties believe that he can take the form of a crimson tiger and creep into their dreams. The other half suspect more prosaically that he simply eats those who displease him. Well, why not both? Okay, clandestine doings. The merest taste. You turn your head as though you're admiring one of the mouldering draperies hung from the wall. A vial flashes in the buyer's trembling hands. He uncorks it, pours a few drops of thick red liquid down his throat. The vial drops to the floor. When you look back up, he's gone. You blink and look around. Nobody else seems in the least perturbed by perturbed that man disappeared. What? Nobody else? That man disappeared? Question mark from their midst. You pick up the fallen vial and examine the traces left inside. Sticky honey gleaming with redness entirely unlike blood. Okay. Do we now have that? Empty vial? I guess not. Religious observances. A mellifluous sister, of course, she responds, performing a complicated negotiation between veil, thick glove, and glass of mushroom wine. You ask what one of those is, and she snorts. I'm glaring at you underneath this bloomin' veil. You act appropriately cowed, and the mellifluous sister thaws a little. We are beekeepers and honey harvesters. The catties owe their prosperity to us, and the Pirate King too. She slurps the last of the mushroom wine behind her veil, and the barkeep glides over to refill her glass, eyes respectfully downcast. Interesting. Well, I guess that's that then. Oh, laws of the land. The barkeep stops you before you reach the door and hands you a brooch set with 2 amber stones. He waits impassively until you pin it to your clothes. Everybody wears the cat's eyes here, he tells you, moving aside to let you pass. Just a friendly reminder that the Pirate King is watching. It seems that no place, then, is truly lawless. Okay, Pirate King's notice quality is now 1. You're almost entirely beneath his notice. Cool. The honey tongue. Oh. It is both brothel and honey den, run by someone the catties refer to as the King's Claw. Okay. Again, I can't have the key to the Cage Gardens if I want to visit. Cavendish Abbey, the crimson-clad mellifluous sisters. Oh, mellifluous. Does that mean... That's like from the word for honey, right? Mellifluous? Honey carrying? Probably. Mellifluous sisters patrol its ramparts and tend their hives of lamplighter bees. Buy a shipment of red honey, okay, yeah. Sell sunlight, wait. Oh. Right. Sunlight, that most dangerous of pleasures. Here in Port Cavendish, there is an appetite for dangerous pleasures, but will you be able to negotiate with the sippers of sunlight? I mean... Oh, it's sunlight filled, I see. So with this in tow, now I'd have to go visit the actual surface to fill this with sunlight, and then I could attempt to sell this? Holy crap. Okay. I mean, could that be worth it? Possibly. I suppose, like, on a subsequent playthrough I could choose someone with high veils. Whatever background that was. Go straight here. Hope to run into that person who gives me the mirror catch box for free. Somehow acquire the 22 units of fuel and I guess only 2 units of supplies, surprisingly, and head back to the gate, to the canal. I mean, obviously going to the surface is on my list of things I'd like to check out, especially since it seems so relatively easy to do. It's obviously available, you know, very close to London. Only takes quite a few supplies, or, well, fuel in that case. Anyway, might as well visit these places, right? It's both brothel and honey den, run by someone that can refer to as the King's Claw, yes. Entering the brothel is like sliding into the dream of a surface orientalist. Jewel-embroidered cushions, bright silk drapes, gilded statues of elephants, sun bears, and clouded leopards. Silver censers release curling plumes of rose-scented smoke into the air. Their courtesans are red-lipped and coal-smudged. Coal? Okay. When you catch their eyes, they smile back at you with professional interest. Your actions will attract the Pirate King's notice. You need 5 Pirate King's notice to gain an offer from a patron. Okay. Meeting with the King's Claw. The Claw keeps a suite in the maze of corridors above the brothel. Okay. Yeah, we need 5 for that. Unlocked with Isery's patronage, no more than 0. Holy crap! There's so many things to do in this place in particular. I mean, this is the most options we've seen anywhere, right? Even in the Iron Republic, there were hardly any things to do. Ask what red honey is. You know, of course, only the particulars may have slipped your mind. Yeah. Oh, great. Just for asking, I gain terror. That seems mean. One of the nearby courtesan's eyebrows lifts infinitesimally, but his reply is practiced. When lamplighter bees suck the nectar of the crimson strain of exile's rose, they are driven to madness. They enter the brains of humans and harvest their memories. He shudders as though imagining the process himself. Those memories are instilled in red honey. Each sip is a burst of memory on the tongue. Deliciously awful, isn't it? He flutters his dyed feather fan. Yeah, actually, it is pretty bad. Okay, now we know. Comfort a Z-Captain. A Z-Captain is weeping gently into a courtesan's bosom, muttering of her lost crew and rose gardens. Okay. I guess I don't have enough fragments? Huh. Okay. Whatever. Swamp Tales with a honey smuggler. Unlocked with 5 Z-stories, holy crap. Wait. Ah yes, the Cavendish Abbey. The crimson-clad Mellifera Sisters patrol its ramparts. Let's see. The Mellifera Sisters make their home in the richly appointed stone tower of Cavendish Abbey. Their thick gloves and crimson mesh helmets are worn less for modesty and more for practicality. They tend the hives of the lamplighter bees all across the isle and make a religious observance of harvesting red honey for the Pirate King. Right. Okay, the Lady of the Gardens offer. Her name, she says, is Zaira. You should use it. If I had 5 units of Pirate King's notice. Gossip with a novice. She could, she tells you earnestly, really use a lamentable relic. Best not to ask her what for. Okay, we don't have that. Huh. Fuel for the bee smokers. The sister who tends to smokers is the talkative sort. Oh. Oh, really? I have recent news? Wait, do I? Really? I didn't think I did. Didn't I specifically use it up somehow? And then I couldn't... Huh? I'm confused now. Didn't I lose my recent news specifically when I tried carousing in London and didn't regain it? I couldn't get a new one from my lodgings? Am I making that up? Did I mean, obviously I must have gained one since then. Huh. Meeting with the Abbess. I mean, sure, might as well. You recite your news to the Abbess, your voice stuttering every now and then in the cool silence of her office. Her face is entirely obscured by her thick veil, and it is impossible to read her reactions. Nonetheless, you must have pleased her. She orders one of her novices to load your ship with casks of mushroom wine. Interesting. Okay. If only I could do anything with those. I suppose technically I could sell them somewhere. Weren't they willing to buy these, among other things, down in Port Carnelian? I think so. I don't think they would have paid a whole lot for them, but it would be some kind of way to make at least a little bit of money. But honestly, I mean, we're in such a sorry state that I'd rather just start over than try and somehow save this run. I mean, really, there's no realistic way to do that, right? We're not gonna get anywhere at this point. Huh. The abbey overlooks the rose garden, and so you make a point to linger at the windows. The roses bloom lush and wanton, each petal the color of sunset. A tall woman in a golden veil picks her way between the thorn bushes. You gain 1 Isle of Cats. The Pirate King's notice now 2. Okay. 5 casks of mushroom wine. The sister who tends to smokers is a talkative sort. Sure, might as well, right? The sister tells you that the Pirate King went to Abbey Rock 50 years ago and asked the abbess to send some of her novices to Port Cavendish. You ask why, and she shakes her head. The better question is, why did the abbess send her precious novices to a place like this? You suggest a hefty bribe, or perhaps coercion. The sister cackles harshly. The Sisters of the Rock respect strength of arms, which of course the Pirate King knew only too well. He challenged the abbess to a duel and won. She didn't have much choice then. She cackles again. Ask our abbess if you don't believe me. She was one of those very novices sent across the sea. Okay, that gave me some fragments. Couldn't I have used those fragments maybe at the brothel? Okay. Well, we cannot actually ask the abbess about this honey tongue. Huh. Comfort a Z, Captain. I mean, it might as well, right? They're all tending the gardens now, she wails, and begins to weep again. My poor crew! You wait for a hitch in the sobs, and inquire further. It is a slow, delicate business, drawing answers out of her, but you are nothing if not perseverant. It seems her crew was conscripted by the Lady of the Gardens, and that their duties are something far worse than horticulture. You learn her reciting the names, but you leave her reciting the names of her lost sailors, and commending them to Saul's mercy. Okay, gained 1 more knowledge, now 4. I mean, almost enough to do something with it, but of course now we've actually run out of options. And yeah, again, we're unfortunately just going to die very, very soon. Oh well. Was there something? No, I guess that was my own trail of smoke from before I made port. Yeah, Isle of Cats. It's an enemy ship that is going to kill me in 2 shots. Oh, in fact... Yep. No, that was... Yeah, okay. We're actually just gonna die. I mean, I can't even get away. Yep. Well... I mean, would I rather die in some other kind of way? I suppose... I haven't seen what happens when you actually, like, completely starve to death, right? What happens when you eat your final crew member, I suppose. No, you know what? This is too boring. We've seen this before, of course. I mean, yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. I haven't actually, you know, allowed it to go through, I suppose, and reload it instead, but just having your ship actually sink and everyone die that way is just a little bit too boring. Oh. I saved here, did I? Wait, I did not save up there? Oh, I could have sworn I did. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, not that it makes any real difference. Also, this episode is getting long. I wasn't really planning to do that. So in that regard, I kind of just wanted to die. Right, we even have our full crew still. Oh, that's right. That's because this was before running into the maelstrom, of course. That's what killed me the first time. Right. And I ended up eating some of my crew. And that's why I arrived at the Isle of Cats with only, what, 3 people? Yeah. Anyway, and a missing sailor? At roll call, there's 1 face too few, and you don't like the uneasy hush that descends. Your crew are on the brink of starvation. Has one committed the primal crime of cannibalism? Investigate. There's a spirit or god underneath whose name is not spoken. He's worshipped with candles, and with the frenzied consumption of flesh. Has someone here turned to that worship? Let's try. Failed the challenge. You search upends empty casks and sea chests. Alarms the mascot, enrages the innocent cook. Do we have a cook? We don't actually have a cook. The crew know what you seek, but none will name it. The fog of fear thickens. Well, I guess we're just gonna actually go insane again. Which gives me another chance to, you know, to see that event again, I guess. So that's nice. In a way. In a not very nice way. Alright, and we actually did lose someone after all, of course. Which means we're now, once again, slowed down to a crawl. Again, this is really the worst part of losing your crew. Ugh, just kill me now. Oh, also, I suppose you can actually discover the names of vortexes and thus the accompanying fragments without actually entering the vortex. Good to know. Day by day, you all grow weaker. Each sip of fresh water is carefully rationed. Right. Consign the bodies to the sea. Feast on the remains. They have died, you will live. No, you know what? No cannibalism. Lost another crew. Lost 20 hunger, because now we have more supplies remaining. Well, technically, for those who are left. And there we go. Wait. Is this what we get for having 100 terror? As the first watch ends, shouts forward rouse you. Your bosun's face is grim as you emerge from your cabin. We lost one. Weighted himself with pants and gave himself to the deeps. Took Cook's best kettle too. Morale is worsening, Captain. Okay, so this actually happened just before we were able to go insane? Cool. Address the crew. Remind that all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well, if only they have courage. High risk challenge. 19% chance of success. Yeah. Distribute an extra rum ration. If only we had supplies. That's the whole problem, isn't it? I mean, how does this make sense? Isn't this... Oh, is this actually... No, this must be triggered by terror, right? Not necessarily by 100 terror, I guess, but by high terror. It just happened to happen now. Because obviously, if this was a hunger-triggered event, then having an option that requires supplies wouldn't make any sense. Place a guard on the cookware. Sometimes it's best just to be seen doing something practical. Address the crew. Why not? Failed in a challenge. Well, lost another crew member. Men and women scratch and yawn. A scrawny cat licks itself indelicately. You catch the bosun picking his nose. Have they heard this one before? Well, any moment now. No? Okay. I guess we're actually doing fine. God, we're so slow, though. Huh. Terra's just sitting at 100? Just like that? Hunger keeps going up? This is weird. I mean, shouldn't I be dead at this point? I mean, if the plan is to give the next captain my map, I might as well go ahead and discover the Isle of Cats, I suppose. Oh, these... You know what? I thought these things were underwater. Whoops, my bad. Did I take an extra point of damage? Not that it matters. Huh. Seriously, though. I feel like something should actually happen. Because of our terror level. Maybe it depends on the number of crew you have? Okay. A missing sailor. Another one. well, we're almost out of sailors. Investigate again. If you find the cannibal, you'll lose 2 sailors. You know what? I hope I will. Don't ask. Jumped overboard is the official line. Perhaps some of your crew believe it. Who knows? Perhaps it's even true. Terror has not increased. Its quality cannot currently increase past 100. Yeah. Down to 1 crew, for what it's worth. Okay, Isle of Cats has actually been discovered. The Drownies welcome. The Drownies swim with the ship now. In their song is the taste of salt, the 100 colors of darkness, the loving coil of the current. Come home, they say. Come home to us. Leap? Deny them? An almost impossible challenge. 9% chance. I gotta try, right? Too hard, too hard. It's no use. Your thoughts surge like the sea. Your mouth is full of salt. A long way away, someone is struggling. Perhaps it's you. Wave goodbye. Say farewell. Hush. Okay. Oh, and now I'm dead. You'll be mourned. Okay. So slightly different from the ship just sinking. This way only the captain dies. I mean, I still feel like that insanity event should have happened at Terra 100, right? Or, I mean, I suppose the one that we did get instead... That must have been triggered by Terra 100. It just seemed way less severe than the first time around, right? That one literally just gave us 2 equally terrible choices with extremely low odds of succeeding, and in both cases failure would have led to our death. Huh. Maybe that's because we were further away from London or something? I don't know. I give up. A bleak dawn, yes. So we still have our room above the blind helmsman. For some reason. Anyway, obviously, still not even anywhere near having any of these legacies unlocked. Correspondent? Might as well. Right. Accept legacy. Sure. Correspondent achievement, for what it's worth. And here we are. Captain's making. Can I just save right here before doing anything else? I guess I can. Hey, look at the map? No, I guess not right now. Captain's making. Can I just choose this? Can I even not choose this? No, I have to choose something. Interesting. But I can't save. So... Oh, Shadow Stranger, yes. Right. LP7C. Yes. So I'll just save here and... Well, I don't know, maybe we're at the point where I'm just gonna go through these, you know, first couple of events or preparations, I guess. Character creation and picking up, you know, the first couple of quests and whatnot, like off camera, because we've, you know, we've seen a bunch of these things. I've done a bunch of these things on camera. Of course, some details are going to be different again, so I don't know. I suppose I can always, you know, see what kind of passenger we get and whatnot, and do those things on camera, and then just maybe skip part of the trip to Vanderbilt, for example. But yeah, we're definitely getting to the point where it's starting to feel a little bit repetitive, right? Like we're obviously there's always going to be a little bit of new, but mixed in with a lot of known things. The thing is that this first non-merciless, or rather, well, merciful playing session didn't make me particularly optimistic as far as making any real progress and you know, getting anywhere near winning the game goes. So yeah, I don't know about that, but we can always just, you know, try a couple more characters after all, and you know, see what there is to see. Make some desperate expeditions deep into hostile territory and just see what we can discover. But what I still cannot really begin to fathom what you'd have to actually do in order to make any real progress, right? And to actually, well, gain any ground rather than just fight a constant losing battle. But I'm sure, obviously, it's got to be possible. People obviously win this game somehow, and even do so in, merciless mode. But of course, I'm not at the point where I'm gonna just straight up look up strategies or anything. I'm just gonna keep floundering a little bit, and hopefully it's gonna be somewhat entertaining for you, and not too soul-crushing for me. I mean, obviously I'm not at that point yet, but, it would be nice to eventually, reach some sort of turning point where I at least have an idea what to do, in order to get anywhere. Anyway, for the time being, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.